The biggest ops in cartoons.
Ops, enemies, opponent. Words that are used to describe somebody that's just a snitch, that's not on your team or by your side, or they just demonstrate bot behavior. Now, growing up, I watched a lot of cartoons, so I figured I would talk about the biggest ops in cartoons. There are so many cartoon characters that throw the biggest
Why you say biggest ops in cartoon and then put a ninja emoji?
Ops in cartoons. There are so many cartoon characters that throw somebody under the bus whenever something goes down, or they're like the biggest hater for whatever reason. Now, I think it's important to start with the GOAT of all haters, Benson. Now, Benson is
not
somebody
a hater,
that,
bro.
when I was a kid, I was like, oh my god, Benson's such a hater, but as I grew up, I kind of realized, like, yeah, Mordecai and Rigby are being bums. So, you know what? I kind of feel for Benson.
Why do you keep calling them bums,
It's probably
bro?
annoying as hell dealing with all these motherfuckers that are putting your job on the line. But honestly, sometimes I think he took it too far. There was one episode where this dude went Super Saiyan just for yelling. I really don't think all that is necessary, but like Mordecai and Rigby, bro, like they gotta do their work. I don't know why the hell they're slacking. They're gonna have no funds in their bank account if Benson actually fires them. But on this list, Benson was probably the best one out of all of them. But next we have Belson from Clarence. Now, this guy was a spoiled bitch. I mean, this dude's mom gave him everything that he could imagine. Belson always had the new gaming console, the new toy, or whatever was out there. He got all this stuff for his birthday, and he was crying like a bitch about it. I just hate that smug-ass face that he makes, too. But the biggest example of him being an op is there was this one time where him and Clarence went to the zoo, and they were both looking into the glass. Belson started banging on it, and as soon as they get caught, this dude just throws Clarence under the bus without even thinking about it. But bro, Belson was just always miserable.
What the fuck is that?
Everybody else in the show was like very upbeat and happy all the time, but Belson just killed the vibe every time. I mean, he is pretty much the embodiment of a spoiled kid. He lives in a big ass mansion. His mom literally buys him everything he asks for. There's no question that he would be on this list. Everybody can unanimously agree that he would be on here. Next up, we got Heather from Total Drama. I never liked Heather at all, bro. I always thought she was a bitch. She would always do the most to like manipulate people, and in most cases her plan that she was going for just backfired. And I guess her goal here was to skyrocket the show's ratings just so she won the prize money. And for that reason, nobody on the show liked her. Like, they would always team up against her whenever they got the chance to. And in all honesty, I really don't blame them for that. And of course, season 1 ended where she lost, which was very well deserved. But I guess she ended up winning in season 3. But if you keep doing that type of shit, like you try to snake people over, you're just gonna get bit in the ass for it. I don't know how she won in season 3. I have no idea. But I guess it was the villain revenge arc that everybody was waiting for. Some people say Heather was their favorite character in Total Drama.
No one said that.
I think there was a lot more better characters in the show than Heather. But if the host himself doesn't even like you, then you already know you're doing something wrong. Next up, we got Eric Cartman. Now, this dude is beyond evil. This is the most evil 10-year-old I have ever seen in my existence. This dude is probably more of a menace than No David. That's how you know it's serious.
Why did he shoot Token when he got close to him?
This dude is probably more of a menace than No David. That's how you know it's serious.
What the
fuck? Like, it's really bad. There's a whole video documenting how long he would serve for every crime he committed. This dude removed Kenny's feeding tube to get a PSP. And of course, not only has he done a lot of devious activities that he should be locked up for, he is also a spoiled kid. The amount of times I've seen him cry and bitch when his mom didn't buy him something is insane. And if that's not bad enough, this dude dressed up as a man with a very box-shaped mustache. And his last name starts with the letter H. I think you know who I'm talking about. But not only that, everybody at the school does not like him. And I think they hate him for a pretty good reason, to be honest. I mean, he's always causing trouble, and then it's...
I ain't gonna lie, my man Token look crazy,
I think they hate him for a pretty good reason, to be honest. I mean, he's...
Man said, let me get a 0 all the way around. Keep the top.
He's always causing trouble, and then his friends just get thrown into the mix for absolutely no reason. I mean, of course, why do you think they gang up on
Bro got the fucking razor and just went all the way around his fucking head.
Whenever they get the chance. Like, come on. Next up, we got Rob from Gumball.
Oh, yeah. They definitely the... Yeah, bro. It's all probably wildin', bro. I be fucking with it, though. Like, I used to watch it when I was a kid.
Now I've never seen
Back in
more
my
of an
day.
insane revenge arc from this dude. I guess the story
remember this,
goes that
dude.
he was left behind in this void, but after he got out, he swore to destroy the rest of Elmore or some shit. I don't know. When I was watching the show as a kid, I thought this dude was a nobody. But then he was trying to single-handedly end the show in season 4, so of course I hated this guy. And a lot of times he tried to be like this insane master villain, but it just failed miserably. And that was basically his entire role throughout season 3 and 4. He pretty much just became the school threat as soon as he left that void. The Grinch. I genuinely haven't seen anybody that's more cold than the Grinch in my entire life.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He did some
How do you
fucked up
hate
shit,
Christmas, bro? You have to be a different breed of human. That's one of the best
I ain't gonna lie, I understood it, bro, because he didn't get no gifts. Like, people didn't hang out with him on Christmas. So it was like, you know?
times of the year. Like,
You know, when people saw him, they didn't
I
fuck with
look
him.
forward to it a lot.
make
But the
fun of him.
Grinch is the biggest bah humbug in existence, bro. This dude really went to steal everybody's presents. But
I ain't gonna lie, the real life version is the better Grinch.
thankfully, the Grinch was tired of being a menace. He had a change of heart. So he decided to return everybody's presents back. Because apparently his heart grew 3 sizes. This is a picture of the Grinch's
Yeah, he is a
heart. So
hater.
it doesn't exactly surprise me how miserable this dude was. I know people are going to say in my comments that this is a movie, but listen, bro. It's still a cartoon, just not
No
a
matter, bro.
cartoon show. And speaking of the movie, the live action Grinch was terrifying. The amount of nightmare
Yeah.
fuel in that movie
liked it, though.
alone is
It was better.
crazy. Plankton. Now, of course, Plankton's got the Napoleon complex going. He's short as hell, so he's always fuming at Mr. Krabs. I don't know why he wants the secret formula for the Krabby Patty so bad. No one is ever going
Because he needs the Krabby Patty formula so he could take it and use it at his business and try to I don't think he was gonna do Krabby Patties, but he was gonna be able to mix it
to
up.
the Chum Bucket ever again, bro. That restaurant is garbage. And the fact that he even opened up his own restaurant across
How is he
the
still
street
alive?
from
I mean,
the
how is he
Krusty
still
Krab, just
in
to
business?
rival Mr. Krabs is insane. There's
He
no
still lives
question why he's on this list. He's trying to destroy his competition. Well, he's not even in the competition, let's be honest. The Chum
Damn.
Bucket will never be competing unless he really locks in and tries to make better food instead of trying to
Nah, I do remember that one episode. He had the Chum Bucket popping, bro. He went down. I think he went down and found some secret formula or some secret meat, and everybody started fucking with the Chum Bucket again.
take Mr. Krabs' formula. I don't think
Is there other restaurants? I remember there was a diner. I don't know about restaurants. The kelp drink. I remember that was competition. They ended up linking up and taking out the kelp drink. What else? I remember they had a food truck, but I think Krabs and Plankton was in that. I don't know.
Bro is at a single customer in his restaurant throughout the entire show. And the name itself does not sound very appetizing. Candace from Phineas and Ferb. Now,
Biggest
Candace
hater.
is the
How do you hate on your own brothers, bro? Just fuck with them, bro. You can do what they doing. Have fun.
definition
It's fucking summer, bro.
of no
Do something
fun.
with your fucking
Like,
life.
if your brothers built a time machine that goes to the future or some shit, why wouldn't you want to join in on the fun? Instead, you want to be
Literally,
that one bum that's like, I'm telling mom. Bro, live a little. Come on.
snakes,
You're
bro.
telling me you wouldn't want to go on all these cool adventures that they go on in the show? I don't know.
Yo.
That would be pretty cool to me, but apparently Candace wanted to make it her life mission to bust
Just look
Phineas
stupid
and
every
Ferb.
time, bro.
And when she finally does it, she celebrates, even though the house gets knocked down. And Phineas and Ferb end up going away to reform school. Personally, bro, you have to be one sick individual to celebrate that. I don't know. I just don't get it, apparently. And she was also obsessed with this one dude named, I think, Jared or Jeremy or
Yeah, I'm about to ask you, Flacco. What are you talking
something
about?
like that.
The food
She knew
truck?
the exact dates everything took place. When they first met, their first date, their first time hanging out, even shit as specific as the time when he spit milk out of his nose. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck she remembers all this. This is next level crazy though. Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents. Of course,
Oh
she
my
was gonna
God,
be on
bro.
this list. I mean, she was basically the babysitter from hell. Her entire
I would
Her mission was to get Timmy in trouble, no matter what.
Bro.
And she acted so kind around the parents, of course. All the evil babysitters do that. As soon as the parents leave, they just become the devil's spawn. She cares way too much about money. I don't know what the obsession is. Not to mention, her voice is so goddamn annoying, I just cannot put up with it. Not only does she want to make Timmy miserable, her life's goal is to make every child miserable that she babysits. Or, well, just children in general. I don't know what kind of sick person gets enjoyment out of that. That's just weird as hell to me, bro. Like, she's just hating for no reason, bro. Bling bling boy. This dude was a simp and he was just an L person. In the show Johnny Test, this dude would do anything to try and get Johnny's sister.
Like sip
he
guy?
thought just because he had money, the bag was secured. It's all his. But in all honesty, all those diamonds are probably fake. He's a fraud. He's not that rich unless it's his dad's money or some shit. And him wanting Susan Test is a cause of most of the problems that go on in this show. He has his own island where he makes devices to make her try and like fall in love with him or something. And he wonders why she doesn't like him back. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, bro. He's just coming off desperate as hell. It's just never gonna work out for him. He brought her 1 million roses. A bunch of 50 roses cost like $63 on Amazon. So he spent about $1,260,000 just to impress Susan Test. That is crazy. And the main reason why he hates Johnny is I guess he feels like he's getting in the way. Randall from Recess. This dude is the biggest snitch.
Like, bro,
he was like that one substitute teacher that takes notes about the entire class. He's got a whole notepad with him writing down what everybody's doing at recess. This guy's pretty much the teacher's pet, and he helps the teacher, Miss Finster, get students in trouble. Even just for things that probably shouldn't have even got them in trouble. But yet he's got paragraphs, he's got files on people for reasons to get them in trouble. I mean, just look at him. Look at his devious ass grin here. I don't know what he thinks getting people in trouble is gonna do. Sometimes he would just straight up stalk people. He had all these little gadgets to help him like listen in on people's conversations and shit. Literally nobody liked him, which was to be expected. I don't even think the teacher liked him, but all the teacher cared about is if he caught people being bad. And now somebody that I didn't mention was Mr. Crocker. This dude is one of the ugliest characters created in cartoon history. If you want to see a video on the ugliest cartoon characters, click this video on the end screen. Just do it.